The first Yeezy sale has already started, and today I'm going to break down how exactly it's going to work for you, the consumer. If you guys recall, Adidas has been stating multiple times that they're prepared to sell Yeezys at cost, yet we still have yet to see that occur. That was until just last week. For the first time, Yeezy 350s were available for $94. However, what you guys should be expecting, the consumer, is to pay slightly more than this, and I'll explain why. So the way Adidas is listing these Yeezys is through the Ghost platform, Ghost.io to be specific. This is a B2B platform which makes it easy for businesses to sell to other businesses in mass quantity. So if you try to find this listing, you won't have access to view it unless your account gets approved after your sign up and conference call with them. In other words, Adidas is trying to privately liquidate this stock, and it's the first of many to come, I believe. But don't worry if you're just a consumer, because I'm going to explain how you could take advantage of this sale too. So even if you were to be approved as a buyer here, you would see that the minimum purchase quantity is 500 units, which is almost $50,000 worth of Yeezys. The average price per unit is $94, but if you only purchase 500, it would probably be higher than that. Anyway, if you are a buyer and you join this platform, perhaps you're a boutique or a consignment shop, this still makes a lot of sense for you since this is such a drastic discount. This means you could still mark these up 20% or more after your logistics costs and still have people buying them at a discount. And I believe this is precisely what we're going to start seeing occurring. Tons of boutiques and perhaps even some corporate retailers too are going to start picking these up at this very low rate and then slightly mark them up to you, the consumer. So for example, the Yeezy 350 Onyx is selling for $250-$300 on the secondary market, and even if they were to go to retail of $230, you would still be able to make a profit as a consumer, since these retailers are likely going to list them for a minor markup. Perhaps you might see these drop for $140 to $150, and then you could still make some pretty easy profit off those too. Now, of course, with prices that low, these won't be easy to get. When there's profit to be made, the demand is of course going to be much higher than usual for Yeezys, which have been sitting because there's no profit to be made on them. So when it comes to these discounted drops, you will definitely need to pay attention to your Shopify monitors and the social media posts from these boutiques for all their discounted releases. We make free guides and send out free alerts in my free Discord, which you could join with the link below. And for Shopify monitors and all other websites too, and more beyond sneaker reselling like stock investing, sports betting, promotion loops, Amazon FBA, free food methods, and more, you could also check out Endurance on that same link. But with that said, these are now up for grabs for businesses, so it's only a matter of time until some of them start purchasing for the low and then slightly marking them up and releasing them to you, the consumer. It's just a matter of time now. Now, in more exciting news, we got two new Travis Scott Jordan 1s, and that's not even the good news. The good news is that these are supposed to have really high stock, and what this is starting to imply, because we just recently talked about the dark mocha pair, which is also supposed to have really high stock, it's sort of implying that little by little Jordan Brand is increasing the production on these, and with so many colorways dropping and more stock on each of these colorways, little by little, these are going to become easy to get. Now, of course, they're Travis Scott Jordan 1s, there's going to be a ton of demand, you're still going to be able to profit off them, but it's not going to be to the scale of what we see currently with Travis Scott's, where they're easily reselling for $500 to $800. Definitely expect these to resell for much lower than that because of the higher stock and the fact that there's going to be many more colorways. But anyway, these two new colorways are going to be dropping in spring of 2025. They are a long way away, but don't worry, because right around the corner we got the Canary pair, which is dropping very soon. And of course, I will be sending out an alert inside the free Discord when the raffle for those does go live, and as usual, I would expect it to be somewhere around the start of the Astros game. Then I got some bad news for the Jordan 3 Black Cement, or at least it's bad news for collectors, people who definitely want a personal pair, but if you're a reseller, this is actually really great news for you. Anyway, the Jordan 3 Black Cement is one of the pairs of the fall and winter lineup, and that lineup is getting a lot of stock cuts, a lot of stock slashes. This is one of the pairs that is receiving them. Some of them just got completely cut from the lineup, like the Jordan 6 Bread. Thank goodness these were not one of the ones that were cut, but the stock was slashed, meaning they are going to be more difficult to get, perhaps more difficult than the white cement 3s. So definitely do not sleep if you want a personal pair. They're not going to be easy to get, and you should be able to make some good profit off these, because not only will stock be slashed, but it's an iconic colorway. I know I definitely need a personal of these, and I still got the 2017 pair, but I definitely cannot pass up on the opportunity to get a new fresh dead stock pair. In more recent exciting news though, we got the Verdi Nike SB Dunk Low Visti pair dropping this summer for $135. It's obviously a very unique pair, and it draws inspiration from Verdi's latest Visti character plush toy, which he unveiled in 2021 as a tribute to his Rise Above solo exhibit held in Tokyo last year. The pair is definitely out there. It's great if you want it in your collection. If you're planning to wear it though, it's not going to be the easiest to pull off, but if you could, more power to you. I think that they're pretty cool to at least put in your collection though, and if you're looking to resell these, you're definitely going to be looking at a solid profit, especially with the retail that low. Then I have some really exciting news for people who've been collecting for a long time, or anyone for the matter. We got the Jordan 4 Rare Air Laser dropping. This is a big deal because the last laser we saw drop was back in 2005, and those were really difficult to get. They're pretty hyped up, and they're currently reselling for $500 to $700. I always thought the concept was really cool, especially with that fire red colorway. This time, we're getting these in the deep royal colorway, and this is just a mock-up, but assuming these are the colors they're using, and this is somewhat similar to how they're going to turn out, I'm very excited to see them. I mean, it's hard for a laser pair to look bad, so I'm very excited for these. They're dropping in February of 2025 for $215, and you can definitely expect these to be profitable. Definitely not as crazy as the fire red pair, though. Then we're getting another Jordan reimagined, this time the Jordan 5 Black Metallic reimagined, dropping in February of 2025 for $210. I think the reimagined aspect on this is just going to be that there's more 3M, and the laces are going to be slightly different, and honestly, I think that's great. I think this is even better. You know, we've seen a lot of mess-ups on reimagined pairs, but I think this is executed well enough. They're not doing too much. They're not trying to completely change the sneaker, and this is a great colorway. I'm not usually a huge Jordan 5 fan, but I love the black metallic, and with more 3M, I'm not complaining at all, so I'm pretty excited to get a personal for these. I'm not expecting these to resell though, like most Jordan 5s. Bad news, the Jordan 12 Flu game is actually not going to be releasing next year. That sucks. Instead, we're getting the Jordan 12 Bloodline. I know I'm just as upset as you guys are, but these are dropping January 2025 for $200. Probably going to sit on shelves. You could probably expect sales too. Not very exciting. Next up, just a reminder that the J Balvin Jordan 3 Rio is going to be having their full release on May 22nd for $250 on Nike sneakers, but before that, they're going to have their exclusive access drop, 2 exclusive access drops actually, one of which you have to spend over $100 for. That's separate. The other one you don't have to spend anything for. You just sign up for an account on familia.jbalvin.com, and we have yet to see the precise details of how this is going to work out, but what I will say is last time when they dropped the white pair, they sent out a password, and whoever got the password was then able to use that on the website, and then you could access the purchase option for the sneaker. I do think they'll probably end up doing something similar to all the emails that signed up for familia.jbalvin.com, but the problem is with email notifications, some come in faster than others, so the best thing you could do is team up with a bunch of people. Whoever gets the email the fastest shares it with everyone, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing in Endurance, assuming they do the same thing again. So whoever gets it the fastest is going to get a financial reward, and then they share it with everyone, and everyone cops as fast as possible. This is what we did on the white pair, and everyone was able to secure a pair. Again, you could join Endurance with the link in the description, or you could also check out that same link for completely free guides and alerts. And I do expect the J Balvin to remain profitable. Don't think they're going to do as well as the white pair, but even with the retail of $250, there still should be a little bit of room for profit, especially in the large size. Just nothing too crazy. But anyway, that is going to conclude it for today. Again, for free alerts, free guides, and more beyond sneaker reselling, like free deals and price glitches, check out the link in the description below or scan the QR code on the screen. You can also check out Endurance on that same link if you want to broaden your horizons as an entrepreneur beyond just sneaker reselling. But other than that, have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these releases.